Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeView.com. So I have a video on advanced edge pairing where I go through 3 different ways of pairing edges. And what they are is where you set them up so they're opposite and you have something like this, green and orange, slice, flip that edge, slice back. Now if this is new to you, check out that video first. I'm going to go through those with a little more detail. Then the other one I talk about is where you set them up opposite, slice over, and then you replace it with something else, often something that will pair that up, like that red and yellow. And then the one other thing that I showed is where you slice and then pair 3 up at once. And I'll show you that right now. So as far as those methods, those are just the 3 main ways of pairing edges, and the 2 main methods are 3-2-3 and 6-2, which are talking about how many edges you're pairing at once. 3-2-3 I'm going to talk about first. So with 3-2-3, what you're going to do is just slice over, like I show in that first video. And then you set up red and yellow on the bottom, which is, there we go. Then you set up orange and blue on the bottom over here. So I need to flip that. And then you set up orange and yellow over here, like that. And then you slice back. And so you've paired up 1, 2, 3. Now the difference with 3-2-3 I mean, is that you don't take these out like I showed in that other video. You just leave them there. And what that's going to do is have all of your unpaired edges either on the top face or right here. So it's really easy to see all of them. And then you're going to do that method where you set up them opposite, like that and that, slice over, and then take it out and replace it with something that's going to pair that up. And so that paired up 2. And then we're going to do one more time. So here's orange and green. I set up orange and green on bottom, slice over, and then replace it with what's going to solve this one. And that solved those 2 as well as that final one because there's just one more edge left and you cannot just have one unsolved edge. So that's 3-2-3. You solve these 3 with that slice, insert, slice back, 2 more, and then 2 more plus that final one. So 6-2 is exactly like 3-2-3, but instead of slicing first, you're going to insert edges first. So for example, here's blue and yellow, and I'm going to set up blue and yellow right there. And then after that, you've got blue and orange, which I'll set up right there. And then blue and red, I'll set up here. So when I slice, it pairs those 3 edges. And then all my unsolved edges are on the top or right here. And so now what I'm going to do is exactly what we did for 3-2 at the beginning, where I put this orange and green on top. Then I'm going to put red and yellow on top. And then I'm going to put green and red on top. And when I slice back, that pairs up 1, 2, and 3. Now before I slice back, I look at what this piece is, green and yellow, because I'm going to put the final edge on top and do that move where you have them next to each other and you slice, edge flip, slice back, but with a U2 move. That way I'm not setting up here having to regrip the cube, but I can keep it centered that whole time. Now, the problem with 6-2, it can be super fast because if you already have an edge paired, then all you have to do is just slice, insert, slice back, and you've done everything in very few moves. But the problem is you're trying to do so much at once that often you run into issues. So for example, here's a couple different attempts to make this video where it didn't quite work. Right here. Now I need to find green and red and put that on the top. And then green and orange. And I put that one, ran into an issue. I can't, because it's already right there. So what I'm going to do is just put a random one in there, slice back. And now I've got 3 more unsolved edges, which we can solve like we would that other way. It's going to pair up 3 more. So here's red and yellow, and I put red and yellow on top. Here's green and yellow, so I put green and yellow. Oh, it didn't work again. Green and yellow is right there. So what I'm going to do is set up 2 more. So for example, I'm going to set up this yellow and orange on bottom and yellow and orange on top over here. So that way when I slice back, I pair this one and that one. And again, I've got 3 more unsolved edges. So what I can do is pair that one up, replace it, and now pair that one. Now I prefer 6-2 just because I like to have those few moves. And there's a few different things you can come across where, like I show in one of the examples, where you have to do something like this, and you have the exact same edges that just need to be swapped. But most of the time, it works a little more efficiently than that. A lot of people do 3-2-3. I hear that more often, but I do like 6-2, and it can work really well. So I know I went through these pretty fast. I didn't want this to be too long or convoluted of a video. Please leave your thoughts or questions in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.